What's up, friends, foes, subbies, sweeties? Somebody told me to call you guys sweeties. I mean, it feels weird. Like, it just feels weird. I notice a lot of YouTubers give their followers names and stuff, but I only do stuff that feels comfortable and natural to me. Today, it's Thursday, and I think I need some therapy. So maybe we can have therapy together. Therapy Thursday. Mental breakdown. I literally stopped myself from having a mental breakdown earlier today. And I'm going to try to be as brief as possible because I got shit to do. A lot of you may know my living situation is not the best, okay? I can't keep blaming this on being raised by a narcissist because at the end of the day, it's like once you realize what the issue is, the root of the issue, and you have the ability to like cut it off and grow from there, make shit better, it's on you now. So you can't keep using that problem or the root of the issue to always go back and run and say, this is why I'm like this. It's because my mommy or my daddy did this to me. No, we can't do that as adults. Once we realize what the problem is, then you move forward. This is something that I realized that I need to do myself. So I'm sharing with you what is best for us both to do. Because I know somebody out here that's watching is probably feeling the same. I know this because there are plenty of times where I watch another YouTuber and I'm going through something very similar, or sometimes exactly. I'm going through exactly what they're going through, and it's like, wow, like, thank God I clicked on this video because this saved me. So, anyways, um, I'm trying to refrain from getting a migraine, a stress ache. When I'm overwhelmed, sometimes it affects my body, and I'm feeling the effects right now. Um, why did I have a mental breakdown? Or why was I about to have one? My living situation isn't the best, okay? I don't have my own place. A lot of people know this. Some people even went on interviews to embarrass me and expose the fact that I still live at home and I'm a loser because I don't have my own place, etc., etc. Now, for those of you who don't know, there have been plenty of times before I had a mirror that I was going to move out. And because I had a narcissistic parent, that parent would guilt trip me and make me feel terrible for wanting to leave. If I leave, they're going to lose the house. If I leave, such and such, such and such. So I always stayed, okay? Then I met the sociopath that is the father of my child, who basically ruined my life. But I'm not going to speak that verbally. I'm not going to, because our mouth and our words are so powerful. Like, seriously, he tried to ruin my life. My life is still beautiful. I have to think positive when I'm going through shit like this. This is not the first time I've experienced having a mental breakdown, or I caught it before it actually happened. But anyways, last time I had a mental breakdown, it affected me so much so that I had pain in my head for about 7 months or so. And this was because I had a friend that I was super close to, a friend that I was with every single day, and I viewed as a family member. I would do anything for this friend. And that friend kept doing a lot of narky shit to me. And I kept forgiving and forgiving and forgiving and moving past. And then one day, that friend said something to me that triggered me. Like, you know when you tell somebody your triggers and then they go ahead and they pull it? That's the worst, when it's somebody that's coming from somebody that you love, when they pull your trigger. So that person said something to me that all my other exes have said to me that were actually narcs. Most of them were narcs, from my knowledge. Some of them I can't say because I wasn't with them long enough. But anyways, this friend of mine said something that I had told her that hurt me whenever these exes would say, and she said that to me, and it was a wrap. Mental breakdown. I went and I told the family member, and they were like, oh, just forgive her, it's not a big deal. And then I flipped out on the family member like, you guys always take up for other people, nobody ever takes up for me. And I started punching the wall, literally almost broke my fist, excuse me. I looked absolutely crazy. I scared the shit out of my family member when I did that. I didn't realize that was me going through some sort of a mental breakdown, because I felt alone. Like, I'm like, damn, nobody ever takes up for me. That's how I felt in that moment. So anyway, please excuse, I'm just like, let me tell you something. Whenever I'm sad, I like to listen to like old school music. I ain't trying to get in trouble because that's Michael Jackson. Okay. I love old school. You don't understand. So calming. So yeah, I decided to play some music in the background. I don't care if I get monetized or not. It's not even a big deal, because I'm just sharing with you what I'm going through, and hopefully, if any of you are going through it, this video helps you. Okay. So after having that mental breakdown, I cried for hours, and my brain felt like it was literally being torn apart. Felt like it was bleeding. I never had a migraine for over 24 hours in my life until that so-called friend did what she did and said what she said to me. Pulled the trigger, right? From that moment, I decided I would never talk to that person again. I decided I would never, under any circumstances, speak to that person again, because they caused me to have a mental breakdown I never experienced before. Yes, I've had issues before where I bursted out crying and screaming and shit. I mean, hello, my son is special needs. When I found out all these things and people telling me I need to let him pass away and all this stuff, of course, I went a little crazy and I cried a lot. But there's a difference between having a mental breakdown and being emotional, right? So when I had that mental breakdown, I could not control my anger. I could not control what I was doing in that moment. So I felt it coming on a couple of times because I had tenants from hell living in my home, in my mother's home. And when I tell you, these tenants used to stress me out so much, I would try to get sleep and they would be so loud. It'd be early in the morning and I would just want to rip my dreads out. And I would say to myself, why am I living like this? Why am I allowing myself to be bothered by people that don't even freaking care about me? They're living their best lives, paying barely nothing to live in my mama's house, and they're driving me insane. Why am I allowing this? And at that time, I had a friend, okay, who I confided in, and I literally put all of my eggs in that person's basket, to where I needed to talk to that person every single day to be able to make it through the day. My place of peace was coming to work. Coming to work was the only thing that brought me peace. Okay? And that's sad. I would wake up pissed off, go to work pissed off, calm down this 8 hours that I'm at work, go home. I would purposely go home after midnight sometimes, and those tenants it was almost like the devil put them there to fuck with me. They knew that I would come home and I would take a shower. As soon as I got home, I would put my son on the bed and I would take off my clothes and go straight to the shower. And they decided, jobless asses decided, that they would shower at the time that I came home. And I used to like literally start to have like that breakdown feeling, and I would start to slam stuff and I wanted them to know I was pissed. I would like slam the doors, and it's like, what am I doing? They don't care. They got joy out of seeing that I was angry. And I would explain this to my mom, and she just, oh, you make a big deal out of nothing. And you don't understand, when you're going through something and you don't have anybody to talk to, it's overwhelming. So that one person that I kept putting my eggs in that person's basket was the only person I had. That and my auntie that would listen to me, right? So, anyways, this went on for a year, me being miserable. I could go on and make an entire video about the tenants from hell, I swear to you, but right now is not the time. We're talking about mental breakdowns now, and I want to be here for anybody that's going through it, because I want to tell you what I did to kind of like stop that in that moment, like breaking down. So anyway, as you can tell, I'm getting a little emotional just talking about it, because it's like I'm thinking back to just feeling like I don't have anybody. So that one person that I would always confide in turns out to be a fucking dickhead. Terrible person. Okay? They were taking in all this information about me. All these things I would complain about, and basically used it against me and said I was a loser. I'm still going to be living at home with my mama next year while they're traveling the world and doing all this stuff, right? That shit hurt me. I'm like, damn, why is everybody I let into my life always the ones that fuck me over? When I let you in and I tell you that the person before you fucked me over, I hope you don't fuck me over, then they fuck me over 10 times harder. Okay. So after that person said that to me, that I was a loser, I was still gonna be living at home with my mama, they're better than me and everything like that, my self-esteem did go really low. It's like it's coming from somebody that I thought was my like place of peace, right? So I decided to just cut that person off completely, detox. I'm constantly detoxing from somebody that has come into my life as a imposter. Okay. Sometimes I feel like the devil literally puts these people in my life to fuck me over, but I end up prevailing. I end up being stronger, and I want you all to be as well. So with that being said, now I have nobody. And the tenants from hell literally were making me cry every single day before I went to work. I was crying. I was crying. I would cry when I came home. And then work started to be a little stressful for me because there are narcs everywhere, okay? And I have a couple of narcs here at the job. So it's like, I just need to be secluded. I need to be away from people, because I cannot, honestly, I can't do this on my own. I can't do it. So how did I get through it? I started writing my feelings down because I didn't have anybody to talk to. And then all of a sudden somebody came along. It was like an angel. God sent me an angel. And this person replaced the last two fucktards that came into my life to destroy it. And I started putting all my eggs in that person's basket. Stop doing that, y'all. When you find what you think is your place of peace, don't put all your eggs in that person's basket. Don't think that that person is the end all be all. No. Sometimes they're here just to test you too. Just like the last 30,000 people that were in your life. Oh, excuse me. See, I didn't even know this song was about to play, but I love it. I'm gonna let it play. When my hand is on the trigger, put it all for you. Ooh. Oh, anyways. So, anyways, I really was so sad. I couldn't paint. I couldn't do anything because when I'm that depressed and stressed and sad, I cannot do anything other than sleep. Be lazy, lethargic, just don't want to eat, losing weight. Anyway, all of a sudden, two people ended up moving into my house on top of having the tenants from hell there. Okay? And I'm not going to say who these people are, but they also brought a lot of stress to me because it's like where my room is, I can hear everything, and these people were super loud, and I'd want to sleep. I'd be like, oh my God, I cannot take this. Why am I going through this? I need to move. I need to go. I need to get out of here. But guess what? It's not that easy. It's not that easy. Financially, it's not. If I could just get up and go right now, I would, but I can't. I don't receive any help from the state. I don't have anything that most people in my situation would have. Okay? Maybe it's my fault. I take the blame. I allowed stress, depression to cause me to be stagnant and not do the things that I need to do. So when God placed somebody into my life to help me, give me a helping hand, to like get me on another level in life or next chapter, grow, I just felt like, damn, I'm blessed. I am. I'm blessed. But then when that person fucking hurts you, stabs you in the back, does something to you, it's like you feel like the world is against you. Like, yo, how is it that everybody that I tell my story to ends up fucking me harder? I hate people. I hate them. But I love them. It's weird. I love people, but I hate a lot of them. I do. I have anger issues that I need to fix. And I know a lot of you probably like, oh, she needs to go see a therapist. I don't give a what you think. I know I do. I'm just coming on here because it is a form of therapy. I'm not on here screaming, crying, breaking shit. Actually, I broke this phone because somebody triggered me. I took this phone and I listen. When somebody causes you to have a mental breakdown, sometimes that's a sign for you to walk the fuck away and stay away. I literally, the last mental breakdown I had, I'm destroying my belongings because somebody triggered me. That's kind of crazy. So like I sit there and I call other people crazy and stuff like that and weird. That's crazy. But it's also a mental illness. A lot of people have mental illness and don't even know it. Right? A lot of people. Mind you, I put 80s R&B and it's playing. Anyways, nah. I want to listen to this. Anyways, so what happened? Well, let me get back to where I was saying. A lot of you might think I'm cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. I'm not. I'm seriously not. I wish I found somebody else on YouTube that was willing to talk about going through stuff like this and being open, so I feel like I'm not alone. A lot of times we just want to find that person that make us feel like we are not alone. You are not alone. I am here with you. Though you're far away. I don't know the song, but you know the song. And that song is so touching. But yo, you're not alone. I'm not alone. I know I have people in my life, and I know I seen somebody write me yesterday and say they've been trying to reach out to me and whatever, and I apologize. Because I noticed that since people keep fucking me over, especially people I meet on damn YouTube and Instagram and whatever, I'm afraid to make friends with people online now, because every last one of y'all that I have accepted, except for a handful, y'all know who y'all are, have fucked me over. So I'm afraid. Understand that. Please understand that. Take a moment to put yourself in my shoes. If you see my history on here, go to my old videos. You will see people that I used to be friends with end up fucking me over. For what? I can't say it's my fault, because at the end of the day, those same people